First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody today to the work session of the Pikeville City Commission. Today we have a couple of special announcements and presentations that the Commission would like to present. Over the last, year and a half now, I've had the privilege of working under and with a new chief. And I say under because a lot of times there's a lot of complicated issues when you're faced with dealing with the Pikeville Police Department. And a little over a year ago now, I had the privilege of installing, based upon this City Commission's vote, of understanding the importance of what this position brings to the department, a new police chief. And of course that police chief is Philip Reed. One of the things that I tasked Chief Reed to do based upon the City Commission's request, and before that I explain that in detail, I want to kind of go back, and we've got several members of the department here today that will be recognized here momentarily. But I go back, again, a year and a half ago and even further, 10 years ago when I started as a city manager. The commission had very specific guidelines at that time, as most of you that was with the department can recall. We had a good department at the time, but what this commission wanted was a department that was going to be out in the community, in the neighborhoods, protecting those that are members of this community, whether you be a business, a visitor, or somebody that lives here. And a lot of changes have taken place over the last 10 years, but more specifically over the last little over a year and a few months. And a lot of those changes evolve around the quality of the department. There's been a lot of new testing standards that have been placed in, simply the way that we interview candidates for the department. From the physical, the POPS testing is what those in law enforcement knows it as, but the physical agility testing that's mandated through the police academy, but the commission took it a step farther with the endorsement of the department and also creating standards that each year that this department has to go through. And Mayor, they've even taken a little bit step further on some things that will be announced here and looking over to Chief here in the near future. Because what I've especially over the last couple of years, what I found is this is a department that not only wants to do the best that they can for their community, they want to do the best that they can across the state. And today's announcement is, again, another example of them achieving that. I go back a year ago, one of the things that this department has talked about for some time, but we've had a lot of other priorities. But one of the things that we wanted to accomplish and achieve was for this department to become state accredited. And I'm happy to announce today that that actually has taken place by a vote last week of the agency that comes in and does the review, and then it goes before their board and their committee, and they have achieved what I gave the chief 2 years to do. This department was able to step up and do it within a year. So that is something certainly to be commended and certainly to be recognized by this commission, but also by this community. Because when you look at the number of calls, I meet with the chief periodically. This morning we sat down and we talked about the quarterly reports. And what you'll find is that this department is answering almost as many calls as what the whole 5-county area is for the entire state police. So they're a busy department because there's a lot of things going on in this community. It's a bold task. It's a hard task. But they do it with honor, they do it with respect, and in a way that this community can be extremely proud of. So with that, the first question, before I invite the mayor up for a presentation, the first question is what is the accredited program? I'd like to just kind of take a minute to explain what the benefits of that is. And this is under the Accredited Law Enforcement Agency. The question is what is accreditation and what are the benefits? The answer is accreditation is a progressive and time-proven way of helping institutions elevate and improve their overall performance. The cornerstone of this agency lies in the standards containing a clear statement of professional objectives. Unfortunately, it's small print, so bear with me. Participating administrators can then conduct through an analysis to determine how existing operations can be adapted to meet those objectives. When the procedures are in place, a team of independent professionals is assigned to verify and that they have met these standards and have successfully implemented them. The process then goes through the authority executive body for the institution to be worthy of accreditation. So through the accreditation, it provides a mean of independent evaluation of agency operations, provides a basic to correct deficiencies in the agency operating before they become public problems, requires agencies to commit policies and procedures to writing, provides a norm for an agency to judge its performance, has the potential to reduce liability insurance cost, promotes accountability among agencies' personnel, enhances the reputation of the agency, minimizes an agency's exposure to liability, and then builds a stronger defense to lawsuit and citizens' complaints. Also increases the community confidence in the police department and recognizes agencies for meeting these standards of excellence. And I think the key word here is excellence. This standard by no means is something very simple to go through, and I don't know, the chief may be able to speak to this when he comes up, but there's very few departments across the entire state that actually achieves this. Being a truly accredited department. Being a member of the Kentucky League of Cities and through the insurance program, there's also a savings value to the standards that this department has put themselves under. So when you look at all the work that's gone into the last year, there's several members that will be recognized here in just a moment that rose to the occasion to make these things happen. So we're extremely delighted, very, very proud of this department and what you have been able to accomplish in such a short period of time. With that said, what I'd like to do at this time is invite Mayor Justice up for a couple of comments and a presentation. Mayor Justice.
First of all, Philip, just on behalf of myself and this commission, and I'd like to commend you once again, you and your department. You've always exemplified great excellence, and we appreciate the work you did. If you don't care to come up, we'll give you a little special something. Just award to y'all have displayed, let you know how much we appreciate you, everything you do. I almost said a black box. I thought we had an airline up there.
A couple of pictures there, Mayor, if you don't care. Thank you. Have a seat close by. I don't know what it is. Okay. Just a second. As I just mentioned a moment ago, is that as the chief, I'm sure will state that this team, or this didn't happen by one person or one department. He had a great team that achieved many different hurdles to get to this point. And at this time, again, Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem Carter, I'd like to invite you up for a couple of awards that will be presented to the various members of the department.
Thank you, Donovan. Chief, thanks again for all your hard work and dedication you've done the last year or so, and we can see so much progress being made. And we were talking about what the accreditation means, and we've always had a top-notch fleet of officers out there. But as Rebecca says, 10% reduction in liability insurance is going to be a huge number for us. And while we're looking at budget numbers all the time, that's a big number, and up to 10% reduction in insurance is huge. So at this time, we'd like to congratulate and ask Ramona Campbell to come up, please, for presentation. Congratulations.
Kind of congregate around for just a second. We're going to take a picture of the whole department. So
Officer Chad Branham.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Aaron Thompson. And Detective Virgil Ray.
Looks like a Packer. Look at him walking up there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Detective Bruce Collins.
Turkey Hunter Collins.
There you go. Thanks.
Last but not least, Chief Philip Reed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Chief Reed, if you would, say a few words.
I could probably say a whole lot more than a few. But first of all,
Kind of filter around the chief over here. Come on in.
first off, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the city manager and the mayor and the commission for allowing me to be a part of this department in the position that I'm in. Like you said, a year and a half ago when I took over, accreditation was a topic that was high on the scale of what we wanted to accomplish. And particularly for the police agency to be accredited, it's 161 standards that you have to implement in your department. That's like saying you have 161 things you have to meet based upon their guidelines and their standards. We started, Aaron and I sat and talked. We knew it was a lot of work. He and I worked, and he implemented a brand new policy from front to back. We reviewed it daily. Even at night, 9 o'clock, I get an email from him. It was 10 more pages to add to it. So it wasn't something that we just done every day. It was, even when we wasn't working, we was working on it. Then accreditation, also a big part of accreditation goes towards the evidence. A lot of departments get in trouble when evidence is not handled correctly and properly. We went from a good working evidence room that Bruce has taken over to a state-of-the-art evidence room that has an electronic system in it that scans. It audits the everything that's in there. We redesigned the room itself. Bruce and Aaron spent countless hours every day, along with Virgil. That's why I've asked Virgil to attend, because every day I would walk by the office, I'd look over, they'd be in the floor or neck to neck, going through all the evidence, trying to get it in order to where it needed to be. Also with accreditation comes the way you manage records, keep records, retain them correctly, and then properly destroy them. A lot of things are involved with police work, but keeping up with what the police do is what this woman right here does next to me every day. Every citation we write, she manages it. She has to get it to Frankfurt. She gets it in a file, make sure it's properly taken care of. There was a lot of standards that were put into place according to these accreditation guidelines that Ramona spent countless hours digging through old files, putting them in the right place, making sure that they were handled properly in the way that they were supposed to be. Just as we did, she dedicated herself to getting her office and her records management system up to where it needed to be. The day we had our on-site visit, they had to choose an officer to interview, to go over policy and procedure and the way we do things. We chose Officer Branham to be that officer. He represented our department. Of course, there's 21 of us. I could have picked any of the 21 to have been there that day, but we chose Officer Branham. His direct response to Aaron and I was, "You all threw me a curveball when you brought me this officer." So, that tells me that Chad gave him above and beyond performance in his interview with the accreditation team. And not only these guys that are standing up here, but our whole department had to do something to achieve this. There were new policies and procedures. There were new orders that we had to go by. There were new things that we had to do day by day, new equipment that we had to have with us in order to achieve this. So it was a group effort. We all had to make changes in the way we did things to get to where we are. But Don, when I started it, and I said, I would love to be able to say that I'm a part of a accredited agency. All these guys, not one time did I have to go to them and say, "Where are we at on this? We need to get this done." Every day I went in, they were working on it. They were bringing stuff to me before I even had to ask. Everybody at the department was on top of it before I even had to ask. And from day one all the way up until we finished, it was, "How's this? I got this. What now?" So it was always something that they were working on to achieve. And I can't say enough. I could sit up here and talk all night of how proud I am of the people that are standing here with me and everybody else that I've got. Because I couldn't stand here if it wasn't for everybody that I have with me behind me. I'm very proud of our department. We've come a long way, and we just want to provide a department to the city that the city, the commission, the city manager, and the mayor is proud of, and that they have trust in and faith in, and we want to be held accountable to what we're supposed to do. I think this is a very big step into showing that we're ready for that.
Chief, before you sit down, let me give you this as well. If I can open it. This is the accreditation pin that can be wore on the uniform. We've got we ordered the pins for each member of the department to be displayed proudly. So again, congratulations, great job, and we're extremely delighted in what your department has accomplished. Thank you. All right. Is there anybody else on the commission that would like to say a word? If not, then we will conclude. Okay.
I make one comment.
You have to come up here, Gene.
I just want to make one comment. I'm tremendously proud of this police force. And it's not just come about in the last few days. Without a good police force, it would be hard to enforce the laws that we have on the books. But the police, the work that they do, we have a city attorney that picks up on things. If there's problems within that, they go to the city manager. City manager goes to the mayor, and then the commissioners and everybody. But I just want to reinforce what I said just a minute ago. I am tremendously proud of this police force. And that's not saying that leaving out the fire department. I think we have an excellent fire department. I think we have an excellent city. Thank you.
Commissioner, thank you very much. Any other comments? If not, again, we'd like to congratulate the entire department for the role that you played in this achieving this great achieving this great recognition for this community. I know it wasn't easy getting here. It took a lot of hard work, but that hard work paid off in a very short period of time. And it's just another one more feather in the cap of this community, in that the fact that not only do we have a 4.5-minute response time, but we have a department that has ridiculed itself, per se. It went through and dissected every procedure and policy to make sure that they're operating at such a standard that this community can be proud of. And that's important. It's important when whether your home is being broke into or you've been in an accident, to Commissioner Davis's point, to have one of these officers on site within 4.5 minutes and gear and equipment that is second to none. And officers that have been trained, and not only trained, but again, have critiqued themselves in the department as of the policies and procedures that they're following. So this is just one more, again, shining star, one more major feather in this community's cap, and we're extremely proud of you. So again, congratulations and thank you. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Consider a request to adopt a proclamation honoring the Pikeville Grade School academic team for the 2014 outstanding accomplishments, and authorize the mayor to sign and execute said proclamation on behalf of the city of Pikeville. And I'll start reading that now. Whereas the Pikeville Elementary academic team did compete in the Kentucky District Governor and Regional Governor Cup, and through hard work and great competitive spirit had an exceptional showing that is worthy of being commended and recognized by becoming the 2014 Elementary Regional Champions. Whereas the dedication of the Pikeville Elementary academic team, the subsequent accomplishments were achieved through the exceptional performance of the following Pikeville Elementary students.
Jason Lynn, first place math, first place socials, and first place quick recall at the District Governor's Cup. First place math, second place socials, and first place quick recall at the Regional Governor's Cup. Collins Street, second place math, fifth place science, and first place quick recall at the District Governor's Cup. Second place math, second place science, and first place quick recall at the Regionals Governor's Cup. Hunter Jones, third place math, fifth place composition, and first place quick recall at the District's Governor's Cup. Third place math, first place composition, and first place quick recall at the Regionals Governor's Cup. Aaron Smart, second place social studies, and first place quick recall at the District's Governor's Cup. First place social studies and first place quick recall at the Regionals Governor's Cup. Isaiah Huffman, fifth place social studies at District's Governor Cup, and third place social studies at Regional Governor Cup. Weymouth, first place science and first place quick recall at the District's Governor's Cup. First place science and first place quick recall at the Regional's Governor's Cup. Tyler Varney, first place language arts, fourth place science, and first place quick recall at the District's Governor's Cup. First place language arts, second place science, and first place quick recall at the Regional's Governor's Cup. Kelsey Adams, second place language arts, and first place FPS at District's Governor's Cup. Second place language arts, and first place FPS at Regional's Governor's Cup. David Macier, third place composition at District Governor's Cup. Fifth place composition at Regional Governor's Cup. Evan Kelly, second place arts and humanities, and first place quick recall at the District Governor's Cup. Second place arts and humanities, and first place quick recall at the Regional Governor's Cup. Sarah Belcher, first place arts and humanities, and first place quick recall at the District Governor's Cup. Fourth place arts and humanities, and first place quick recall at the Regional Governor's Cup. Christina Lacrosse, third place arts and humanities at District Governor's Cup. Fifth place arts and humanities at Regional Governor's Cup. Ethan Hager, first place quick recall and first place FPS at District Governor's Cup. First place quick recall and first place FPS at Regional Governor's Cup. Emily Gearhart, first place FPS at the District Governor's Cup. First place FPS at Regional Governor's Cup. Allie Flanken, first place FPS at District Governor's Cup. First place FPS at Regional Governor's Cup. Noah Thacker, first place FPS at District Governor's Cup. First place FPS at Regional Governor's Cup. Caden Bartley, first place quick recall at District Governor's Cup. First place quick recall at Regional Governor's Cup. Dylan Street, first place quick recall at District Governor's Cup. First place quick recall at Regional Governor's Cup. Josh Varney, first place quick recall at District Governor's Cup. First place quick recall at Regional Governor's Cup.
Whereas by these outstanding accomplishments, the Pikeville Elementary academic team brings great honor and recognition to their community, school, team, and its coaches. Whereas a tradition of excellence among all academic team members at Pikeville Elementary exists, such distinction is worthy of being honored and recognized by the Board of Commissioners for the City of Pikeville. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the City of Pikeville as follows, that the Pikeville Elementary academic team, as listed above, their alternates Fatima Ahmad, Brianna Santiago Kane, and their coaches Kim Fields, Jeff Akers, Betty Brewer, and by these presents duly honored and recognized by the City of Pikeville for the 2014 performance and accomplishments. That because of each team's members' outstanding representation of excellence in academics, and as a citizen of the City of Pikeville, they are hereby appointed and designated on this day as Special Ambassador of the Goodwill for the City of Pikeville. As these outstanding accomplishments on behalf of the academic team and coaches set forth herein above shall be caused by the clerk of the City of Pikeville to be recorded among the records of the City of Pikeville, so that others that come hereafter will know their excellence and achievement. We can adopt this 14th day of April 2014.
Move we adopt it. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hunter, I want to thank you for helping out. That was a big help. To the students, thank you all for coming up and honoring us with your presence. The school district here never ceases to amaze me, and we're happy to honor you all. So thank you all for coming out. We ready to take a vote then? All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion passed. Do anybody wants to speak?
Do we have members of the coaching staff here?
You're up.
Come on
You
up.
want to speak?
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Bring them all up.
Would you like to say a few words? If not, you're fine.
You know.
Go ahead. Jump right in. Don't be shy.
I just want to say how proud I am of our kids. They've worked really hard, and they not only won, but if you saw the scores between how they did against the other schools, they did really, really, really well. It almost wasn't a competition. They've just succeeded beyond what I ever dreamed at the beginning of the year. This is their second regional in a row, and we're just going to strive for the third one.
Mayor and Commissioners. Again, my name is Craig Potts. I'm the Director of the Kentucky Heritage Council. I'm here today with some of my colleagues from the Heritage Council as well. Kitty Duguid, who is our statewide Main Street Coordinator, is here with us. Kitty, you want to raise your hand? Vicki Bierenberg, who is our statewide Preservation Planner and our Certified Local Government Coordinator. And Scott Walters, who is our Site Development Program Manager and oversees our tax credit program. Traditionally, we have given away statewide awards at our annual Main Street meeting in the winter months. This year we decided that instead of presenting the award in front of the Main Street manager and all of their colleagues throughout the state, we figured we would go out into the communities where these awards are actually won. And this year, Pikeville won the Facade Rehabilitation Award for Division Street, and we're very excited to be here with you today, and excited not only to recognize Minta for her hard work, but for the community's buy-in to the program and to that facade grant project. So I'd like to introduce Kitty Duguid, our statewide Main Street Coordinator, who will present the award.
And yes, that's my real name. You can't make that up. It is our honor and pleasure to be with you all today and to honor your Main Street program and to Minta. I'm not sure you realize how fortunate you are to have her in your community, because she is very passionate about the community that she has grown up in, and she is doing great work and working very hard for all of the citizens in this community to protect their heritage and increase economic development, and to do a lot of things that will draw attention to your downtown. We did give this award for Division Street. I was fortunate that I have been able to see Division Street before, during, and I know it's not after yet because it's still a work in progress. But Minta has been working really, really hard, and I love that she calls Division Street the Vision Street. And so she does have a big vision for your community, so you guys are going to have to get on board and work hard, okay? This is a volunteer organization, and we expect everybody to work. So I would like to present this plate to Minta. If you would come up, please. This is actually a local object. We had one of our local potters in Frankfort make it, and then my colleague Vicki, who's sitting in, where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Actually did the lettering, so we're pretty excited about being able to actually give a little part of the Heritage Council to our communities. So I am so proud of you. This is awesome. The other thing I would like to comment on is that Pikeville is a certified Main Street community, and that's a really big deal. There are 22 of them in the state. This is the first time that Pikeville has become nationally certified. You have to meet the 10 standards and the 8 principles of Main Street, and we are, as we say, we're kind of like a franchise because we are part of a national organization, so there are rules and regulations that we have to adhere to that are much higher than just at the state level. And Minta's worked really hard, as has her board and the people in this community, to make that happen. So I really appreciate that because it does make my job just a little bit easier. So we're very proud of Pikeville, and we're glad to be here, and we'll be coming to see you several times this year. And I think Minta has a presentation as well.
Thank you, Kitty. The Main Street program has grown to, an immense success, and I'm so thrilled that I've been able to work with wonderful community volunteers that I call my board members, and our team that works together. And this evening we would like to give each of them an honor as well, and just tell you how much I appreciate your answering the phone when I call. Because every time I call Jennifer Brown, I think she's not going to answer that phone, but she always does. So we just want to take a moment and say thank you to you.
Eric Becker. See,
I don't think Eric's here
not
tonight. Maybe
here.
Sean, if you would like to accept that on Eric's behalf. Some of our board members aren't here tonight.
is Randy here?
Randy's not here. We do have a large board, and sometimes I know there are after work things going on, but we'll make sure that they get those. And as Sean's presenting, Sean is also a board member, so he's just going to carry one away as he goes. And I want to thank you, Sean, for all of your work and everything that you're involved in.
Who else is in?
Jennifer Brown. How about I hand? I'll call you. Cody Johnson.
It's Cody Johnson. Cody, thank you. Julie Goff.
And Julie's another one that, thank goodness, answers the phone. All of these people are just relentless, and you know their passion for the city of Pikeville, and they really show it in all their dedication that they
Seen you a
do.
long time. You doing okay?
Andy Linton. Andy Linton.
Andy Linton. Thank you, sir.
Sharon Hall.
Sharon Hall. You doing okay, Sharon?
Trish Varney.
Our own Trish Varney.
This one is to Libby Carter. Libby is not here, so I'm going to announce the names of the other board members that's not here. Libby Carter, Al Greenfield, Tony Tackett, and Brent Lee. And thank you all so very much.